Hello everyone, my name is Donna Gamer and this is Subnautica Below Zero. So, we've already done some things for the first part. Let's now continue on the second part of the game. So we are still looking for ways to survive in this planet, which is the 4546b. We've already done creating the survival knife, the scanner, fins, enable for us to swim, the sea glide, and the standard oxygen tank. So all in all, it is much faster now to locate items, and the next step that we will be doing is to locate other materials that are needed. First would be to check in regards to the compass. Let's try to see if we can already locate the silver ore that is missing as part of the materials that are needed, and also let's see if the supply cache would be enabled. So we will be further looking onto the other biomes and trying to locate more on the other sides of the surface or the sea. So I'm gonna be using some of the pointers with this drop pod. So we'll try to check on the right side, left side, and then on the back. So all of the equipments are here. Let's store some of the equipments that are not needed yet. There we go. And some food and the flare. So once we have those, let's just assign this one and this one properly so that we can, there we go, all good, all checked. Also, let's check for the PDA for some stories and checking of other information that we can use. So this is for geological data, indigenous life forms that we've already scanned, such as this bladder fish. And for flora, we had the creep mine. So one of the most useful fauna and flora. And for the sea, we have those plants. So here's the coral bridge, pink narrow leaf, ribbon plant for the battery, scaly maw, anemone, shelf coral, twisted mandrake. So all in all, it's all good. Let's just refresh this PDA voice information. And to start up, let's go to the right side. Okay, so it's morning. So let's try to locate more with the use of this sea glide. Okay, so on the right side, mostly we can see are the island or the ice islands. Let's try to locate some new items such as this salt. So all in all, it's more on the island or the icy island part. I think there's a form of light here which has the ribbon plant that we are currently not gonna be needing. Let's just ice on top for air. As you can see, it's currently raining, so it's misty and you could not see any, or there's a low visibility on the island. So here is the right side of the, or the right side from the drop pod. Okay, you can see quartz here. Let's salt. So there's another salt. Let's try to check if we can have or do use. Oh, there's new creatures that are attacking. What are these things? So it's a symbiote, more like in Spider-Man or in Venom. So that's done. Let's try to go faster and breathe again. So as of the moment, I only have standard oxygen tank. That's why it's quite fast. I only have 75 seconds for me to go underwater and check. So for this right side, mostly we could not see any good materials that we can use. So let's go back. So while going back, let's double check. There are interesting things that we can use. So let's try to breed. So the one that I pinned here is the compass. So for the compass, I only need the silver ore, or the one left is 2 silver ores for me to create the wiring kit. So let's pin the wiring kit, and for other things, I think there's no need for it now. So let's try to check the left side of the drop pod. So for the left side, I think this is mostly the Rocky Mountains or another iceberg with rocks here. So these rocks have a chance to have copper and a higher chance of titanium. So on the left side, there is the creepvine biome, or the grapevine part. I'm just gonna go and read. Okay, hope that we can look for more materials here. So this is one of a new plant. It's not available, or it's not in Subnautica 1. I see it can replenish our oxygen, which is good. Let's try to go further down. I think we would already go further down for us to locate more materials. So just try to be careful to not lose oxygen along the way. Oops, I think I know that. That's a bomb. Whew. Almost got there. So this is the kelp root. So I think we are on the kelp part, or the kelp biome. This one is the root pustule. Let's try to have oxygen more.
Warning,
so that
30 seconds of
we can
oxygen
go
remaining.
further. Okay, there's the mobile vehicle bay fragment along with the sea monkey nest. So we still need 2 more of the mobile vehicle fragment so that we can create vehicles such as the sea truck. And here is, I think this one is quite useful. Yes, this one. It's the argentite outcrop, which has a big chance to create or have
Warning,
silver.
30 seconds
So,
of oxygen remaining.
let's try to resurface first. I think we can make it with the air bladder, or with the use of the air bladder. So let's go. There we go. There. It's a high jump. So let's dive again. So I think we are on the right track here. So there's already 1 silver. We just gonna be needing another one for the wiring kit. So we still have, that's good that it was replenished. or the air for that is replenished. I think this one is also the mobile vehicle fragment. We can use that for the second fragment part. 42 seconds left. Let's try to replenish it while we can and look for an argentite rock. Nope, that's one copper. Oops, I think this one is for laser cutter, which is also good. And let's try to locate more while we still have air. So I still don't know what is the purpose of the pustule, but later on we will try to check it while we still have a chance. So hope that there is...
Warning.
Oops.
30 seconds of
I
oxygen
think
remaining.
that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Whew. Almost got there. Go up. There we go. I think that there's a cage around here. We will be later checking on it. And while we're on the top, let's try to replenish our fluid intake. So let's drink. And later, let's just go back to the drop pod for the food intake. So for this one, we're still trying to locate one last silver. Hope this one is silver already there. So we already got the 2 silver. As you can see, the wiring kit is on green. Let's just try to look for more. Oops. One thing is for sure here, you can kill this one with the survival knife, but you just have to be quick. So it's quite draining to use the sea glide. So I already have this kelp forest underneath, so that's good. It's located on the left side of the drop pod if you're facing the drop pod's opening or the door. So let's just go back and create the compass so that we will be oriented on the platforms or the direction. So first we create the wiring kit. Next is the copper wire. Then lastly, the compass. Okay, so compass is done. Let's unpin it. And also the wiring kit. So as mentioned, let's try to replenish our food and fluid intake. Just gonna create first the water, then the cooked Arctic pepper. There you go. So I think there is some kind of reaction, and there. So we will try to go back on the left side on the kelp forest to check further on the other fragments that are available. Let's try to see if we can try to look for more fragments and try to see some of the needed ingredients for other materials. So here is another opening for the kelp forest. There's the, I think this one is the mobile vehicle bay. That's good. Let's try to locate for more and see if we can look for other fragments such as the laser cutter. There. So if we already finish with the fragments that are needed, will usually be converted to titanium. I think I hear that I was damaged. So if you didn't cut it, or you are late in cutting that fish, it will blow up and you will get hurt. So 30 seconds already.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay, let's go up. There. And let's try to check. So I will be conserving energy for the sea glide for further use, or let me try to create another battery for another recharge. So while we're at this part, I'm gonna look further down and see if we can still look for other fragments. So here is another. I think I'm done with this. How about this?
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Noted. Okay, let's try to replenish our oxygen. There we go. So I think all is set, or all of the fragments have been found here. Let's try to look for other things, especially the ones that I mentioned, which is the cage. So it's much better to locate things now because of the compass. So we already have a direction, or orientation of the direction here. So one thing's for sure, we can try to make use of the plants that we can see as part of nourishment. But before I continue further, let me just try to create another battery for the sea glide so that we can move further, or move longer. So we're still trying to start here. Just gonna look for ribbon plants. So let me scan this. I think it's not yet scanned. There we go. Ribbon plants are also, or I also found some ribbon plants along this way. But let us try to use air. So here, there's the ribbon plant. We need 2. It's 1, it's 2. That's titanium. Oops. Another copper. So that's good. So let's create a battery for us to use. There we go. Oh, so there's a new information for the PDA, which is the power cell. We will be not needing it yet, but I think for Sea Glide it's only battery, and for mobile vehicle bay it's computer chip only. So let's try to look for more and try to save space. So I think we can already create the titanium ingot so that we can conserve space there. Oh, so titanium ingot is only consists of 5 titanium. Before it was 10. So it's much better now. So the root pustule found in kelp caves contains highly reactive compounds. So still haven't, or we still don't know what is the need for this. So we will be checking on that one later. So there's already an information which is the sea truck, but we don't have the information on how to create it or the materials needed for that. So let's go further to the left, and I think this is here. We will be looking for that hole again, going inside, going further, and trying to locate the other hole. I think there's another hole here. Nope. So this is the first one that I found. Let's try to look for other fragments. Then also
Warning.
the cage.
Passing 100 meters.
I see.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
So as we pass 100 meters, fortunately, because we don't have the rebreather, it can greatly decrease our oxygen intake. So must be very careful in going further down. So instead of me going further down, let's just try to check the ones that I'm looking for above. So I'm looking for the cage that I found before. So there's a new creature here. Let me just try to scan it. It's a titan whole fish. Oops. There's a sea monkey. Oops. Usually I saw it on the trailer that this sea monkey can try to get your things or the things that you are currently holding. So try to be careful with those creatures. So let's resurface for a bit. So dark. So let me try to check if I have a flashlight. So there you go. Let's use a flashlight for now to see in the night. But let's try to conserve energy. So while we're underground or on this cave, there's no need for us to use it further. So this is not the hole that we found before. Let's try to check other holes here. So there's plenty of holes, but the one that we will be checking would be further down. So think of
Warning. Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
let's just be quick in this place. Oops. I think these are the noise that I'm hearing.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
So let's try to be careful on this part. I think I know that. No. Let's try to use the sea glide now so that we can
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen
Go up.
remaining.
let's try to see if we can still replenish. There, that's good. So there, it's already morning. Let's try to check if we can already see the cage that we saw before. I don't know which location it was, but let's try to locate it. Ah, there. There, so that's one new location that we can see. try to check on that and try to be careful, because as mentioned, there are still many creatures that are not found here, but there is a new location here with lots of items, and I can try to scan some of this. So this light stick, that's good. This sea glide, or the beacon.
Warning.
Wow.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Let's try to use this to have an oxygen instead of going up. There. So let's now go up for the use of the sea glide. There we go. Let's see if we can jump. Oh, there are penguins. That's penguin, as you can see. Try to go up here to this cage. Oh, what's happening? I think there's some glitch. Try to go up. Okay, so while we're up, let's try to replenish our fluid intake and try to scan something. So there's the mineral detector fragment. Okay, that's good. We can use that to check. There's the desk. This one is not being detected. This one is not being detected. This also are not being detected. So there's a flare and food. So that's good. So this is the first one that I can see for the cage, and I already saw the beacon fragments, so it's quite good that we can use that. So for this one, that is the mineral detector, proximity detector used to locate materials, fragments, and other items with identifiable signatures. So this one is much or useful for us. Let's try to pin this and also this one. So for the beacon, I'm just gonna use it to point the start location, because that's much easier for us to locate some of the necessary materials or equipments that are needed, and with the help of the compass we can locate more of the information. So here are some of the scanned information, or creatures, and also flora and fauna that is new, such as this sea monkey, the nest of the sea monkey, and then the titan hole fish. There's the flora, which is the bullseye shroom. Let's try to check more. So still on the sea part, the hydrothermal vent. Oh, let's try to go to the bottom part, because Robin is freezing already. So let's just go back to the drop pod while we're at it, and as you can see, we are still needing of a battery and a silicone rubber. So for the silicone rubber, let's just go and have this seed again. Let's go back. If we have more time, we can try to check for ribbon plant again, because we only have the reserve battery that we will be using. So it's much better to have a ribbon plants already, so that we can create another battery. So there, that's good. This one is for lead. We don't have, or we are not needing any lead as of the moment.
Oxygen.
There we go. So here is the drop pod. So we can now do Okay, first thing to create is the beacon. There we go.
Use beacons to mark traversed territory. Show or hide the signals of your choice with your Xenoworks PDA. Now with surface support.
Then this silicon rubber, so that's 2. We just have to get the copper wire that we have already here and create this mineral detector. So the mineral detector is not available in Subnautica 1. It's only available here. So
The mineral detector can
we will
sniff
try
out raw
it
materials, potentially saving you hundreds
here.
of hours of searching.
And while we're at it, let's try to replenish our fluid intake and food intake. So let's go. The beeper, then create a water for extra. There you go. So let's drink. This one is much larger. There we go. Let's just try to refresh some informations in the PDA. So as you can see here, while we're at it, there is the kelp root, the oxygen plant that is quite useful, and the radiant sieve coral. Next is the geological data, the argentite outcrop, which has the silver ore. So this one is the light stick and the mineral detector. So for the mineral detector, let me try to check that on how to use that. So air bladder is needed, sea glide is needed, flashlight is not needed yet. So let's go outside and see or check on how to use the I see. So copper ore, quartz, galena outcrop, fragment. So it's trying to locate fragment while we're holding it. So that's good that it is, or there's no need for you to press it. Just try to press the R2 button once for searching. So that one is good, or this item is quite useful moving forward. So I'm just gonna go here and plant the beacon. So many vloggers which are doing some walkthroughs or information in getting some materials that are needed, they always use this place or this part as a beacon starting point. So I will also use this as a means to navigate more easily. Let's put this as a starting point. So this is now the starting point for all of the information that we need in order for us to locate some of the materials. So okay, so I still don't have the copper for me to create another battery, and Robin is freezing already. Let's just go to the drop pod again one last time while we're getting this bladderfish. Go 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 go. Come on, bladderfish. There you go. Okay, it's good. Let's get copper 1. Create another battery. Okay, and let's try to put some items back for other use. Okay, so now that we have the starting point here, let's try to look on further parts of or further biomes that are available. So first thing to look is from south to southwest. So starting from the beacon, south to southwest, 2 clicks, distance is 350 meters. So let's go further to 350 meters away from the beacon. So this is much, or this is quite farther. Okay, let's go further. Hope that we are on the right track so that we would know, and try to make sure to be mindful on things that we can use. So if there is fish that we can eat, we can get that, like this peeper, naughty peeper, could not get you, come on. Oh, that's hard. Oops. I'm getting lost on track. So let's just further go and also resurface for air. There we go. How far are we? So that's 350. So I think we're almost on track. Oh, there's a sea monkey. Oops. I'm removing what I'm holding because of this stupid sea monkey. So according to some of the walkthroughs, there is an available item along this way. It would be either the high capacity, or that's good, this is quite useful. Also this one, the grab trap fragment, needs 2. What's this? It's not creepvine, but it's red wart. This one is violet view. Oh,
Warning,
try to
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay, so we're still at 350. So in order for us to make use of this, let's try to check for fragments. If not, let's try to check for informations underneath. So what we're looking for is the high oxygen tank. So it's still trying to search some fragments. So it says that there's one around here. Oops, it's moving. There.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Just
Alt error,
going.
beacon signature detected. Unique identifier, Delta Station dock.
So there is.
Delta Station. This is the place Lil mentioned in her message.
Okay, that's good. We already found the Delta Station. So I'm just trying to look for the fragment that is being detected by the mineral detector, so that I can scan it. I think it's further down here. There. It's not saying which part. Ah, there. It's a sea glide. I see. So it can detect some information or some fragments, but it's not pinpointing the fragments exactly, or what exact fragment it is. There. So according here, it will be either along this path. It's further below. I think there's a monster. Whoa, what's this? I think this one is gonna bite or it can harm us. So, Cryptosuchus. There. Ah! Oh my god. It's attacking. Do be careful. Let's try to be careful. Is it still trying to hurt us? I think it's still trying to hurt us. So, it's good that it can only damage us and not kill us instantly. Let me try to already replace the battery of the Sea Glide so that we can use it further. So I think it's all good with the details. There's also a new creature here. Let's scan this. It's a rock puncher. That's good. So just try to be careful with this creature. Oops. So there's the hydrothermal
30
fire.
seconds of oxygen remaining.
So we failed to locate the high capacity tank. I think there is just a little bit of mix in the location, so I will try that again on the next part. So let's just go back to the drop pod for a safer way to save. While we're saving or while we're trying to go back, let's try to check if we can look for those things. So there's another cave here, which is good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Oops, what's this? What is this fish? Ah, it's a peeper. The one that got away. Let me get you. There. That's good. Let's try to resurface.
Oxygen.
There we go. So we have the Delta station now. That's good. But before we go, I will be trying to double check all of the materials that I have. So we only got 1 silver and 2 titanium with the fish. Let's try to intake fluid, and as you can see, there's the beacon for the Delta station, so that's good. Also, let's try to go and check, get this and this, and replenish our fluid and food intake. So we'll check all of the information needed before proceeding, and that would be on the next part. So thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you like it, and if you like more of these videos, kindly subscribe and share to my YouTube and Facebook page. Again, my name is Dono Gamer. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.